Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopefully elect, the men that are pushing this truth in the four corners, in the highways and byways. Alright, and once again, all praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Alright, and this quick lesson, was inspired based on some words that came out of a fool's mouth. All right, because he was saying that the things that we believe in, they are not true. The things that we believe in, they are not true, and certain prophecies that we preach about, they won't come to pass. But according to the scriptures, these things gonna come to pass, and the Lord didn't give them the understanding to see these things. All right, the first precept is in Revelations 5 and verse 1.
Revelation chapter 5 and verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals.
All right, and the 7 seals, meaning that it was completely sealed. That no man could read this book for a period of time, or couldn't get understanding of what was written in this book for a period of time. It was completely sealed. All right, go on now.
Yeah, verse 2. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and loose the seals thereof. And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon.
Right, so no man on earth, nor in heaven could lose this book, or to read and understand the things that was in this book. All right, which goes back to that tree of life.
Yeah. Verse 4. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open the book, and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
Right, so Yahushai, being that lamb, that high priest, the author and finisher of our faith, he's able, to open this book and to loose the seal. And by he having that understanding, he gave it unto us. All right, he gave that understanding unto us. So that's why we could read now in these latter times and understand. But 2/3 of our nation,
starting with the apostle, the elders of Great Millstone, right? Which have the knowledge first, and then trickle down onto us, right? And sincerely follow the truth.
So it's an order. It's an order at all times. It starts with the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone, and then onto us. All right. So now we have the understanding, but 2/3 of our nation and these Edens, the Lord didn't give them the understanding. All right. Why? Because they don't believe in Him. Matthew 13 and read from 13. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hear not, neither do they understand.
Right? So, they're reading these scriptures, all right? But they don't understand. They're seeing these prophecies coming to pass, but they still don't understand. They have eyes, but they ain't get, but they still can't see these things. Why? Because they're spiritual. You can't see spiritual things with naked eyes or carnal eyes. All right? And that's why they can't understand these things that are written in this book, because it's in parable and it's not given unto them. That's why people could boldly say that the RFID chip, is not the mark of the beast, or it has no meaning. But to the brothers that labor diligently in this work, they can see these things, and they believe, the doctrine that are being taught by the apostles of GMS to be true, you know.
Verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which said, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
Right, so by hearing, they're going to hear, but they're still not going to understand. They don't understand. All right? They don't understand that Jacob's trouble is coming. They don't understand that World War III is coming. They don't understand. And that fulfilled that prophecy. All right, which is written in Isaiah 6 and 10, Bakusha. Read verse 15.
This is Matthew 13, verse 15.
Read 14 and go.
For this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted.
So that proves that the Lord don't want them to get this truth. But yet still He sends us out to teach this word. All right, so that He could be justified in destroying them. Because there's no unrighteousness with the Lord. The Lord gives every man a fair chance. All right, so the Lord giving them the opportunity to repent. But they won't repent because it's not given unto them to repent.
And I should heal them.
God, they ain't gonna get it. All right. Yeah, read it up.
Isaiah 6 and 30.
God.
It's Isaiah chapter 6 and 30. Reprobate silver
Yeah,
shall
read it,
men,
read it.
reprobate silver shall men call. Let them be reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord had rejected them.
Yeah, so that's what we gonna find out here. We gonna find reprobate silvers. All right, and the word reprobate, it means to be rejected. All right, the Lord had rejected them. The Lord didn't give them no understanding. The Lord ain't dealing with them. That's, so that they ain't gonna get His knowledge. Yeah.
This is Romans chapter 1, verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Others like getting mixed up and talking foolishness, talking at the chip. It's not the mark of the beast. Give them up to reprobate mind.
Because they don't want this knowledge. So since you don't want this knowledge, hey, have your way. Just give them up to a reprobate mind. They can't retain this knowledge. They can't see it. They can't understand it.
It's Romans 3 and verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? Yahweh forbid. Let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar. Alright? Let this word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh shall be true. And it's already been broken down to the apostles. Alright? And the elders of Great Millstone. That this in Revelation 3 and verse 16 is the mark of the beast. Alright? This was the camp that was talking about the mark of the beast being the RFID chip. Alright? Which should be used as currency. Alright? According to the scripture.
To add with that, what the brother just said. That's why these men can't get the knowledge, because they don't trust in the Most High. As Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding.
Can. These men leaning on their own understanding. You know, whatever they think or whatever they perceive, they think that to be right. You know, based on their own understanding. Like the fellow was saying, hey, don't worry with this brother, and he's referring to the brother by his slave name. Don't worry, T. He's a madman. He's a religious, a religious zombie or something like they were saying. You know, but the understanding ain't given to him. See?
It's like, bring us up.
Yeah, you have someone in?
That's a good precept.
Yeah.
This is Jude chapter 1, verse 10. But these speak evil of those things which they know not.
Right. Right.
But what they know naturally as brute beasts, in those things they corrupt themselves.
Right.
They're corrupting themselves and also corrupting people. That towards that. I mean that they know this truth.
They speak evil of things they know not. They didn't get the understanding. They never took the time to fully examine, this doctrine, to fully examine the things that we teach. But yet still they speak evil of it. You know? On the contrary, when we speak evil of Islam or Hinduism, we examine it and we know that it's bullshit. You know? We go into the history and so on, to examine these things. So that when we speak evil of it, we know. But these people speak evil of something that they don't know. You know?
This is Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon my wall, upon thy wall, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. They that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent, and give no rest till he establish, until he make it Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Right, so we're not going to give any rest. We're going to continue prophesying in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, until Babylon become destroyed. All right, Yahweh Shai. So all these nations become under his rulership and go into captivity. All right, and the election receive that honor and glory. Right, which 2/3 are going to be destroyed on this side. They're going to come back into the kingdom of righteous people through the election, the 1/3.
Somebody get Isaiah 29, read from verse 11.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 11 says, and the vision of all is become unto you. Yeah, Isaiah 29, verse 11, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
So the words, this vision is become unto us, because when the prophets got the vision from the Lord, the scribes wrote them. All right, the scribes wrote it down into a book, and that's you can find that in Malachi 3, verse 16.
Yeah. It says, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed.
Right, so this book is delivered to men that are learned, referring to those that went to theology school, that went and studied, this Bible. All right, and it's delivered unto them, and they say it is sealed. They can't understand it, they can't break it down.
Verse 12, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned.
So he's saying that this talking about these are random guys, out here that just pick up a Bible and start preaching, or some random person, and you say, hey, read this, and you say, hey, I'm not learned. Nobody taught me, these scriptures. All right. that is not learned, is not learned, it is sealed. The words of this book ain't given unto them, you know. But yet still you would find niggas, two-thirds of our people try to break down this book or try to tell you what this book says, you know.
Yeah. Verse 13. Wherefore Yahweh said, for as much as this people draw near me,
um Written name, Amos 3 and 7. So the Lord didn't give it unto these guys that went and studied theology. All right, the Lord didn't give the understanding to them, nor did He give it to anybody out in these streets. Who did the Lord give this here to? Amos 3 and 7.
This is Amos 3 and verse 7. Surely the Lord power doeth nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servant the prophet.
All right. So the Lord revealed the secrets unto His prophets. And we are the prophets of the Lord, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, and all the brothers with like doctrine that is preaching in sincerity. You know. So let's examine one of those secrets that the Lord revealed unto His servants, but not unto these two-thirds or these people out here. Get it on Revelation 13:16. You know.
That's how this piece of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whosoever walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. Right? And that's important in this time of destruction when the Almighty chip, right? Martial law, Jacob troubles begin. We're going to be delivered because the men of the Lord have this understanding of the scriptures.
You can say that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the tongue.
Right.
yeah, this is Revelation 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So, who's that? It's referring to Esau. NATO and the EU. He gonna cause everybody to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead. All right, and that's prophecy. Okay. Well,
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
you see, and this the thing that people can't understand the subtlety of Esau. Of this devil. If you want to give somebody something bad, obviously you're gonna try to make it seem, what is it? Like an essential. Like you got to get it. If you want to give somebody something bad, you're gonna make it seem enticing. Like, hey, take this thing, it's good. And that's what people can't understand. That is, it's not just an upgrade on technology or an upgrade on the way that we do things or the way that we do transactions. No, you know. Well, we back on 17 now, but for sure.
Revelation 30, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
All right. So with this chip, you know, you're gonna be performing all sorts of transactions. It say buy or sell. All right, and that doesn't mean literally what is that? That doesn't mean like you go into the supermarket alone. It means you have to, when you pay for services, for example, your hospital bill, your taxi, whatever it is, you're gonna need this chip to in order to perform transactions. All right, and that's a subtlety where Esau, bring all these things into your everyday life. And without this knowledge, you're gonna take that chip. All right, Isaiah 6 and 9. Not Isaiah. Revelations 9 and 6 or 6 and 9. You say he that worship the beast and the number of the beast.
Revelation 14, verse 9.
Yeah,
49.
yeah, 49. Sure.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, it says, "And the third angel followed from them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his
See,
forehead."
and say and receive his mark in his forehead. The guy was like, hey, if that's the order of the day, you gonna take the chip. You gonna just go up to Esau and say, hey, how much I have to get? Give me two, one here and one here. He's saying that if the chip had to go behind your neck, your ears, wherever it is, you gonna take it.
That's because the church willing even to accept it.
Can. You know? And the fellow was like, he ain't gonna don't take the chip and have his family starving, because you got kids and whatnot. But the scripture say, woe unto you that are with child in those days. You know? Yeah.
And whosoever receiveth the mark of
Say,
his name.
whosoever receiveth it, it's not something that you're gonna take the chip and then take it out. No, once you receive it, that's it. You're sealed for destruction. Alright? This thing isn't a joke. It's not something that you play around with. Alright? Again, please, sir.
Yeah, I got the precept. And this for the people who will take the chip, it's gonna be death and destruction for them. As Revelation 9:4 says, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass or the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahweh in their foreheads. And the seal of Yahweh is for the elect, who will take the chip. So that means that the elect that won't take the chip now, when
Exempted from judgment.
and they're gonna be exempted from judgment, as the brother said. You know?
So I get two more precepts. We get Wisdom of Solomon 5. Because we coming out week in and week out, to preach this good news to people which they don't find to be good news. And you telling them that, hey, the Lord is coming back, and he had to destroy this place in order to establish the new kingdom. They don't find it as good news. All right, and they think that, and they take our labor for nothing. The words that we speak, they put it to naught. Which is not our words, but the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, so they make the words of the Lord of no effect. Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon 5.
5 and verse 1.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Right, and we gonna get scoffers. People gonna come up talking shit. People might even see we on the street and start throwing bricks. You don't know. All right, but people are scoffing right now. You know, they telling our families all sort of shit. You know,
And made no account of his labor.
so they make an account of our labor. All right, they say that our labor is of no effect. Our labor is nothing.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear,
Yeah.
and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Right, so they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. Why? Because they're thinking that the men with the truth are those in fancy garments with big cars, and all these things of this world. All right, they don't think that the men with the true doctrine are these men wearing rough garments. Like the Apostle Gabar said that we're laboring. All right, and you're gonna be rough when you're laboring. You're gonna be getting on like, you ever see a carpenter looking all fresh with a nice suit? No, you always get on rough garments because he's working. Right? And that proves that we are the men doing the work of the Lord. You know, because our mind is not after filthy lucre. You know, it's not after money or the things of this world. All right.
So far beyond all that they look for.
Because why? They was looking for us to perish. They was looking to continue to insult us. You know, say, hey, I know y'all was mad since long. I know y'all would have failed. Go ahead, on.
And they repenting and groaning for the anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision and a,
Derision meaning shame, right?
right, and a proverb of reproach.
Ah.
We fools are come to this life madness, and at and his end to be without honor.
So when they see we go up in them chariots, they gonna be like, oh shit, I thought this was a madman. You know, I thought his end would be without honor. He ain't gonna receive honor for what he was doing out on these streets, for doing the videos or whatever it is. You know,
No, said that you want to consider these money.
of our people,
All people.
these men. Yeah, I guess some of the Ezekiel 12 and 21. Yeah, I'm gonna cut off this. So they gonna be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. You know?
Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 21. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is the proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth?
You know, so they're saying that the days are prolonged and every vision faileth. Alright? Every vision, all the prophecies. You know, whether it be the mark of the beast, you know, the microchip, Jacob's trouble, famine, you know, and all of the other prophecies. You know, they're saying that every vision faileth, and there's something that they're saying right now. You know, everything that y'all teach is madness. No more with y'all. Y'all come out of these streets.
Tell them, therefore, thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but saying unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
You know, so the days are at hand and the effect of every vision, meaning all gonna come to pass. You know, like the brother bring out a beautiful precept where it say that Romans 3, you know, yeah, it say what if some did not believe? If they unbelieve, gonna make the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahusha without effect. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know, so what if they didn't believe? These prophecies will come to pass. And they can't see it because the Lord didn't give it unto them. Alright? The Lord didn't give it to them.
What saying? This is Romans 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever thing were written aforetime, we whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Alright?
You know, so all these prophecies here in the scriptures was for our comfort and our learning. You know? So with that, hope that this video was edifying. Shalom.
Shalom.